Some people in the community who are against this bill are on what they call a Stop the Billionaire Giveaway national bus tour. Today it stopped in Rockford. The bus, wrapped in a giant trillion-dollar bill, is warning people about the negative impacts if this big budget bill passes. Those with the tour say working families should not have to pay the price so billionaires and big corporations can get more tax breaks.
This is really a nonpartisan effort where folks are really coming together across party lines to say that, we see that the rich have hijacked our politics. They're pitting us against each other, all while taking vital programs away from our community.